The gas station's fluorescent lights flickered ominously as I watched my husband's black SUV disappear into the darkness. At first I thought he was just pulling around to the other side of the station. But when 5 minutes passed, then 10, the horrible truth began to sink in. "Mommy, I don't feel good," Lily whimpered from my arms, her small body burning with fever. We'd been driving to the emergency room when Marcus insisted on stopping for gas, even though the tank was half full. "It's okay, baby," I whispered, trying to keep the panic out of my voice. "Daddy will be back soon." But even as I said it, I knew it was a lie. Marcus wasn't coming back. My phone had 12% battery left, and we were on a deserted stretch of highway somewhere between Denver and Colorado Springs. The elderly attendant inside the station kept glancing at us nervously through the grimy window. I shifted Lily to my hip and walked inside. The bell above the door chimed mockingly. "Excuse me, could I use your phone?" My husband. "There's no phone here." The attendant cut me off, gesturing to an empty phone cradle. "The line's been dead since the storm last week." Lily's forehead pressed hot against my neck. Her fever had been climbing all evening, and now we're stranded miles from help. I fumbled with my phone, trying to call Marcus again, but it went straight to voicemail. That's when the text message came through. "Check your email now." The number was unfamiliar, but I pulled up my email with trembling fingers. There was a new message from an address I didn't recognize. The subject line read, "About Marcus Davis." Before I could open it, my phone rang. The same unknown number from the text. With Lily growing heavier in my arms, I answered. "Hello. Is this Anna Davis?" A woman's voice asked, tired but determined. "Yes. Who is?" "I'm Sarah Walker, Marcus's wife. His other wife, I should say." The fluorescent lights seemed to buzz louder as my world tilted sideways. "That's impossible. I'm Marcus's wife." "Yeah, that's what I thought for 6 years," Sarah said bitterly. "Until tonight, when he left me and our son stranded at a bank in Denver. Let me guess, he needed to get gas." My legs went weak. I sank into a plastic chair by the station's grimy window, holding Lily closer. "How did you get my number?" "Found it in his other phone, the one he thought I didn't know about." Sarah's voice hardened. "Listen carefully, Anna. Marcus isn't just running from us. The FBI is looking for him. That business trip to Shanghai last month, he wasn't there for meetings. He was setting up accounts to hide the money." "What money?" Even as I asked, pieces started falling into place. The late nights at the office, the mysterious phone calls, the way he'd insisted on driving separately to the emergency room that night. $2 million stolen from client accounts at Davis Financial. They're announcing the investigation tomorrow morning. Sarah paused. "He's been planning this for months, Anna, setting up fake families, fake lives. We're just his cover stories." Lily coughed weakly, and I pressed my hand to her forehead. The fever was getting worse. "I don't understand. Marcus and I have been married for 3 years. We have a daughter. And I have a 6-year-old son he claims as a dependent on his taxes." Sarah cut in. "Just like he probably claims Lily. Double the deductions, double the sympathy from clients. Everyone trusts a family man." The elderly attendant pretended not to listen, but I could see him hovering nearby, torn between curiosity and discomfort. "There's more," Sarah continued. "Check your joint accounts. I bet they're already empty." With shaking fingers, I pulled up our banking app. Our savings account, which had held over $50,000 yesterday, showed a balance of $13.42. The checking account was overdrawn. "He did the same to me," Sarah said quietly. "Cleared out everything except my personal account. But here's what he doesn't know. I've been documenting everything for months. The transfers, the fake companies, even the other women." "Other women?" My voice sounded distant, like it belonged to someone else. "You and I aren't the only ones. There's at least one more wife in Seattle, maybe others. He's been running this scheme for years, building up trusts, starting families, then taking everything." Lily started crying again, her fever making her irritable. The attendant finally approached, holding out a bottle of children's Tylenol. "On a house," he mumbled. "My daughter works at the hospital in the Springs. I can call her, get you a ride." I nodded gratefully, then turned my attention back to the phone. "Why are you telling me this, Sarah?" "Because in about 6 hours the FBI is going to start questioning everyone connected to Marcus Davis. They'll freeze our accounts, investigate our involvement. But if we work together, we can prove we're victims, not accomplices. Through the gas station window, I watched headlights approach and pass on the highway. Somewhere out there, Marcus was driving away with our savings, our security, our entire life together. Or what I thought was our life together. "What do you need me to do?" I asked. "First, we need to get you and your daughter somewhere safe. I'm sending my brother to pick you up. Then we're going to find every scrap of evidence we can about Marcus's real business. Because believe me, Anna, what he stole from the company is nothing compared to what he's been hiding in those offshore accounts." As if on cue, my phone buzzed with another email. This time it was from Marcus himself. "I'm sorry. Take care of Lily. Don't try to find me. He just emailed me," I told Sarah, my voice shaky with anger now rather than fear. "Good," she replied grimly. "That means he doesn't know about the tracking software on his laptop. The one he left at my house when he ran. Are you ready to help me take him down?" I looked down at Lily, finally sleeping after the Tylenol, then at the dark highway where my husband had disappeared. "Yes," I said firmly. "I'm ready." Little did I know, this was just the beginning of a night that would expose secrets far darker than bigamy and stolen money. Sarah's brother Mike arrived within an hour, his police badge glinting under the gas station lights, while he helped me settle Lily into his heated car. Sarah stayed on speakerphone, piecing together Marcus's elaborate web of lies. The Shanghai trip was when I first suspected something, Sarah explained as Mike drove us toward Denver. I followed him to the airport, but he never boarded any flight. Instead, he met a man in the parking garage, someone I later identified as Victor Torres. "The real estate developer?" I asked, remembering the name from Marcus's business dinner conversations. Real estate is his cover. According to my research, Torres runs a sophisticated money laundering operation. And guess who opened multiple shell companies with Torres last year? "Marcus," I whispered, stroking Lily's hair as she slept fitfully. Bingo. Davis Financial wasn't just managing client investments, they were hiding dirty money through fake property deals. Every family man image Marcus created was designed to build trust with wealthy clients. Mike spoke up from the driver's seat. "We've been investigating Torres for months, but we could never prove the connection to Davis Financial. Until tonight." My phone buzzed again. Another email from Marcus. "Don't let Lily forget me." The money was already gone. I had no choice. "He's trying to play the victim," Sarah said when I read her the message. Classic Marcus. Check the attachment he sent. I opened the PDF. It was a life insurance policy in Lily's name, with Marcus as the beneficiary. The date caught my eye. This was taken out 3 months ago. Same time he insured my son. Sarah's voice turned cold. "And according to his laptop files, he has policies on at least 4 other children, all with different mothers." A chill ran through me that had nothing to do with the Colorado night. "You think he was planning to collect?" Mike's hands tightened on the steering wheel. "We found evidence on his laptop suggesting he was researching untraceable poisons." That's when Sarah called me. Lily stirred in her sleep, and I pulled her closer, feeling sick. The man I'd married, who'd cried when our daughter was born, had been plotting something unthinkable. "There's his car." Mike suddenly pointed to a black SUV parked outside an upscale hotel. My heart stopped when I saw Marcus walking inside, his arm around a blonde woman I'd never seen before. "That's Jessica," Sarah said grimly. "Wife number 3. She's an investment banker, or at least, that's what Marcus told me when he introduced her as his new client last year." Mike pulled into the hotel parking lot, keeping his lights off. "Sarah, you still have access to his laptop." "Yes, he's logging into his email right now. He's booking flights to Singapore. 2 tickets. Not anymore." Mike pulled out his phone. "The FBI team is moving in. Sarah, send them everything you have. Anna, I need you to stay in the car with Lily. This could get ugly." Through the hotel's glass doors, I watched FBI agents emerge from the elevator and lobby. Marcus never saw them coming. One minute he was laughing with Jessica at the check-in desk. The next he was face down on the marble floor. My phone rang, a video call from Sarah. On her screen, I could see Marcus's laptop display. "Look at this," she said, sharing his screen. "He's been transferring money all night, not just to Singapore, to accounts in Dubai, Switzerland, the Caymans." "Can they recover it?" I asked, watching the FBI lead Marcus out in handcuffs. Jessica was being questioned separately, her perfect makeup streaked with tears. Some of it. He thought he covered his tracks. But he forgot about the backup drive at my house. Every transfer, every fake identity, every insurance policy, it's all here. Lily woke up then, her fever finally breaking. "Mommy, where's Daddy?" Before I could answer, Marcus looked directly at our car as the FBI led him past. For a moment, I saw something in his eyes I'd never seen before. Not regret or shame, but cold calculation, as if he was already planning his next move. "Your daddy made some bad choices," I told Lily softly, "but we're going to be okay." Sarah was still on video chat. "Anna, there's something else you should see." She held up a document. "It's a prenuptial agreement between Marcus and Jessica, dated 2 years ago. He was married to all 3 of us at the same time." How did we not know? I watched the FBI cars pull away, taking with them the man I thought I knew. "Because we saw what we wanted to see," Sarah replied. "A successful businessman, a loving father, a perfect husband. We were all just characters in his story." Mike turned around in his seat. "The FBI will need statements from both of you. They're also investigating the Taurus connection. This could get complicated." "It already is," Sarah said. "But at least now we can protect our children." That's more than Marcus was planning to do. My phone buzzed one final time, a text from an unknown number. He had another family in Seattle. "We should talk." How many lives did he destroy? I wondered aloud. "That's what we're going to find out," Sarah said firmly. "Together." As Mike drove us to the FBI field office, I held Lily close, thinking about all the signs I'd missed. The separate bank accounts he'd insisted on for tax purposes, the business trips that never quite matched his credit card statements, the way he pushed for a life insurance policy on Lily, claiming it was just being responsible. But mostly I thought about that moment at the gas station when he'd driven away, knowing exactly what he was leaving behind. Not just a wife and sick child, but a trail of broken lives and empty bank accounts stretching across the country. "Sarah," I said quietly, "thank you for stopping him before." I couldn't finish the sentence, just hugged Lily tighter. "That's what real family does," she replied. "We protect each other." 6 months later, I sat in a federal courtroom watching Marcus Davis plead guilty to multiple counts of fraud, money laundering, and criminal conspiracy. Sarah sat beside me, her son Luke playing quietly with Lily in a courthouse daycare center. The evidence against Marcus was overwhelming. Sarah's backup drive had revealed not just the financial crimes, but also detailed plans involving the life insurance policies. The Seattle wife, Amanda, had provided crucial evidence about Marcus's connection to Taurus, who was now also facing federal charges. "Mr. Davis," the judge's voice echoed through the courtroom. "Before sentencing, do you have anything to say to your victims?" Marcus stood, still somehow managing to look polished in his prison jumpsuit. "Your Honor, I never meant to hurt anyone. I loved all my children." "That's not love," Sarah interrupted, standing up. "Love doesn't include planning to poison children for insurance money." The judge allowed her outburst, perhaps seeing the same cold calculation in Marcus's eyes that I'd noticed that night at the hotel. 25 years, the judge announced, with no possibility of parole. As they led Marcus away, he turned to look at me one last time. "Tell Lily I'm sorry," he called out. "Tell her yourself," I replied. "In 25 years. Outside the courthouse, Sarah, Amanda, and I gathered with our children. What had started as a nightmare had forged an unusual but unshakable bond between us. We'd formed a support system, helping each other navigate the aftermath of Marcus's deception. The FBI found another account, Amanda told us, bouncing her infant daughter on her hip. "They're releasing the funds to us next week." Just in time for the kids' trust funds, Sarah added. We decided that any recovered money would go directly to the children's future education. The media had dubbed us the sister wives of the securities scammer, but we preferred to think of ourselves as survivors. We'd even started a support group for other victims of financial fraud and relationship deception. That evening, as I tucked Lily into bed, she asked the question I'd been dreading. "Is Daddy a bad man?" I sat on the edge of her bed, choosing my words carefully. "Your daddy made very bad choices that hurt a lot of people. But that doesn't mean you have to carry his mistakes. Like Luke's mommy said, we make our own story." I smiled, remembering Sarah's words to the children. Exactly. And you have so many people who love you. Aunt Sarah, Aunt Amanda, your cousins. A bigger family than before, Lily said sleepily. Later, I joined Sarah and Amanda for our weekly video call. We'd made it a tradition, supporting each other through the hard nights. Taurus took a plea deal, Amanda reported. He's giving up everyone involved in the scheme, including Marcus's partners at Davis Financial, Sarah added. The whole thing's crumbling. I thought about the night at the gas station, how desperate and alone I felt. We should have known something was wrong. All those perfect explanations for everything. That's how men like Marcus operate, Amanda said softly. They know exactly what we want to believe. But we're smarter now, Sarah declared. And stronger together. We've learned to turn our pain into purpose, using our story to warn others about financial predators who hide behind family facades. The support group was growing, and we even started working with the FBI to help identify similar schemes. Lily asked about him tonight, I told them. About whether he's bad. Luke asks too, Sarah sighed. I tell him that good people sometimes make terrible choices, but it's what we do after that matters. And what we're doing, Amanda added, is making sure our kids know they're loved, protected, and never alone. That night, I looked through old photos one last time before deleting them. Marcus with Lily at the park, our wedding day, family vacations. Each memory was now tainted with the knowledge of his parallel lives, his calculated deceptions. But as I reached the recent photos, Lily with Luke and Amanda's daughter at the park, our new extended family at Christmas, I felt something like peace. Marcus had tried to destroy us, but instead, he inadvertently created something stronger. A family bound not by lies, but by truth and resilience. The last photo was from last week, all three children holding a sign they'd made. Love makes a family. Not perfect, not traditional, but real. And that was worth more than all the money Marcus had stolen. I closed my laptop and smiled. Sometimes the worst betrayals lead us to the best possibilities, if we're brave enough to embrace them.